January 10th, 2022, brand new year. Do we have any speakers?
Yes, ma'am. Charlie McNichol with Mobile County Communication District is here.
Okay, come on down.
I can't believe they let you in the building, so.
So Charlie, it's that old age before beauty thing, you know.
Includes on all grounds. So my item is a little further down the agenda, but I'd like to touch on the resolution that I put before you. And first, thank you for even considering this. But the resolution it doesn't have a financial component. There's a move across the country that really should have been done before now, but it really came to light during the pandemic. And it has to do with our dispatchers and our 911 operators that work throughout the county. You know, historically, they've been classified as an administrative clerk. And I think that was probably accurate at the time when that was adopted back in, a long time ago. So now, these professionals really do a multitasking professional life-saving job. So what I'm asking you to do is simply pass a resolution that Mobile County recognizes that. I was telling Commissioner Hudson on the way in that, you know, I like to do things first in this state, in the 911 industry, and we do a lot of times in Mobile do things first, but I've been beat by a couple of counties that have already adopted this. And one of them was in Morgan County, and I saw the television story that they did, and the director there put it pretty well. A lot of times in the same shift, these people that I'm asking you to reclassify as first responders, they may hear someone take their last breath in the course of a call, and then during that same shift, they may help deliver a baby. So, I mean, the job they do is very complicated and complex and stressful, and to be, with no offense to an administrative clerk, their job is more like a first responder. Okay, so when you call 911 or you call these folks, that's when the response begins. And they oftentimes are in charge of a scene, you know, by telephone or by radio until the responders actually get on the scene. I mean, they're given directions about what to do and how to secure things. So, you know, as an advocate for them, I'm just asking you if you'll pass this resolution. There's no financial component to it. Yeah, they may get some counseling if they're a first responder. They may get some debriefing assistance in a bad situation, but it doesn't automatically give them a pay raise. It really doesn't do anything like that. It puts them in the family of the first responders where they actually really are.
How many does it affect, Charlie?
Well, it will, in Mobile County, we have roughly, you know, now this, let me say this includes not just the sheriff's dispatchers or just your dispatchers. When you reclassify a telecommunicator, that's our operators, that's the dispatcher in Creola, dial answering, all these people that do this work. So in Mobile County, we have just shy of 200 total. And they're all on different job descriptions to some extent. They're all on different payrolls, you know, the municipalities. But it's, across the state, we have closer to like 3,000. But this is a national movement. There's legislation in Congress to try to get this done. The Office of OMB, Office of Management and Budgets, they're a bureaucratic office, but they're the ones who actually classify these positions. And with them, they're still
And what will this classification do for them, provide them?
Yeah, it'll, you know, first of all, Commissioner, it just makes them feel good. I mean, it makes them feel a part of the job they do every day. But it could, in a bad situation, if counseling becomes available or mental health assistance is needed because they're maybe suffering from PTSD later from something, it would afford them, by being in that classification, an easier path to get that assistance. During the pandemic, we realized that, you know, when that word essential was flying considered essential by classification, but they were very essential, you know, to be there and answer those calls. So that's really what kind of brought it to the forefront was when, when those times were going on, they just weren't classified correctly, even though they couldn't call me and say, hey, I'm not essential, I'm not coming to work, and they knew that. Nobody, and let me say this too, this is really coming from the management of these folks. They're not whining or complaining, okay? These people are really 24/7, working Christmas morning. I mean, they're really dedicated to what they do. We just think it's the right thing to do to put them in that classification. And it, you know, it gives them the ability to maybe receive some type of assistance that comes down the pike in the future, but it doesn't automatically do anything other than just put them in that class.
I'll add this to the conversation. They're not just answering phone calls. You know, when you start talking about law enforcement getting to where they need to be and knowing what they're getting themselves into, a lot of times without the information that they're gathering prior to a first responder, whether it be a law enforcement or ambulance or fire, they're telling you what's going on. They're keeping you, I guess, so that you're not walking into a surprise situation, you know, if there's weapons on the scene, if there's an active shooter. So I really was, when we discussed this, I was really astonished because I thought there was some action in the past 10 years to make them first responders already, so.
There's been an effort on the national level, but it
Yeah.
failed. And, I don't want to take up too much time, but, and I could tell you, as you imagine what we do every day, I could tell you one story after another. And I could tell you the most life-saving, you know, heart-wrenching story you want to hear. But just in the news a week ago, or 2 weeks ago, right before Christmas, there was an incident where a lady was unconscious in the Home Goods parking lot on Shillingsworth Road. And she ended up surviving. She had attempted overdose. But without going through the whole long story, one of our operators, if you remember, her 5-year-old child was found deceased in her apartment simultaneously. And that was in the news. And one of our operators, because she was alert and paying attention and watching the screens and kind of called connecting the dots, recognized the vehicle description the lady was in at a store and the tag number, and remembered that we had a call a couple hours earlier of a welfare concern in an apartment involved in that vehicle. So she connected those dots, notified Mobile Police, hey, you may want to go back and check the apartment because she doesn't have her child with her, and she's supposed to, and we had a welfare concern about her and the child earlier. And because of that, the police went back, breached the door, and the 5-year-old was in there already deceased. She had murdered him before she attempted to kill herself. Now, that's not your everyday call, but that operator that I'm asking you to classify as a first responder was on the ball. I mean, it could have been that the child may not have been deceased and they would have got back there and saved him had it not already occurred. And that was her hope, you know, go check on this child at this apartment, kick in the door, and unfortunately the outcome wasn't what we wanted, but had he still been able to be saved, that connecting that dot and sending him back there could have made a difference. So this is what they do every day, you know, and I didn't really come down here to tell you that story, but I want to tell you on their behalf that what they do is most unnoticed, and they don't make a lot of money, okay? But every one of them I know strive to be better, take the training we give them, and as Commissioner Dewitt said, you know, if you have an officer involved shooting, he calls for help. I mean, they've got to get the help there. They've got to let everyone else know, you know, what the heck's going on. So I'll be quiet unless you have any questions.
No more. Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other speakers?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Hyde?
Number 1, approve the minutes of the regular meeting of the December 13, 2021 and December 28, 2021. Number 2, approve the list of claims. 3, approve a sponsorship agreement with Murphy High School PTSA in the amount of $500 from District 3 funds for its 2022 Panther Pride 5K run. Number 4, approve appropriation contract with Trinity Gardens Community Civic Club in the amount of $5,000 from District 1 funds for operating expenses. Number 5, approve appropriation contract with the Board of School Commissioners of Mobile County in the amount of $7,264 from District 2 funds for technology equipment. Number 6, approve appropriation contract with the Board of School Commissioners of Mobile County in the amount of $7,810.51 from District 3 funds for an outdoor classroom. Number 7, approve a request of the Alabama Cooperative Extension System 4-H Club to use the John Archer Arena on February 10th through the 11th, 2022 for the 4-H show, calves, weigh-in, and waive all associated arena fees. Excuse me. Number 8, approve request from the Alabama Cooperative Extension Service to waive fees for the use of the John Archer Arena for 4-H archery students for practice for the spring 2022 competitions each Tuesday at 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on the following dates. There will be no cost or preparation for the county. Number 9, authorize sponsorship of $500 with Alabama Coastal Foundation of the 2022 Green Coast Council Sustainability Summit to promote the practice of environmental sustainable principles at its January 28, 2022 event to be paid from the Environmental Services Department budget. Number 10, authorize memorandum of understanding between Mobile County Commission and the Mobile Area Disc Golf Association, establishing a framework upon which mutually beneficial work projects and recreational activities may be planned and accomplished by Mobile County and MAGA, working cooperatively, including the upkeep, improvement, and events management of disc golf courses throughout Mobile County. Number 11, approve renewal of memorandum of agreement between Mobile County Commission and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration for the operations, maintenance, management, and data dissemination of the Mobile Bay Storm Surge Monitoring Network. Number 12, approve a contractor agreement between Alabama Department of Environmental Management and Mobile County Commission for the collection, management, disposal, and/or offering for beneficial use of discarded tires and regulated solid waste funded by the Scrap Tire Fund for work performed within Mobile County. Number 13, authorize advertising and receiving bids for Strickland Youth Center Security Control System upgrade for Mobile County Commission. 14, approve amendment number 1 with Watermark Design Group LLC for project Africantown Scott Building replacement to revise the scope of work and increase the contract amount by $44,064. The new contract total will be $115,668. Number 15, authorize advertising and receiving bids for Government Plaza Security Control Center renovations. Number 16, approve a change order number 1 with Cornerstone Detention Products, Inc. for 2019 through 2021 detention lock inspection and cleaning to decrease the contract amount by $50,776. The new contract total will be $137,233.
Question, we're moving through here. On 15, the Government Plaza Security Control Center, what are we doing, Tyler, exactly?
We are moving the current security control center that's located in the back close to the ramps up to the location where the auditors used to be. We're going to increase the size of that and add monitors so that they'll have better coverage on the north and south tower.
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. One other, back on 10, memorandum of understanding with the Disc Golf Association, and this is to establish a framework, but they will be handling the events management of all the disc golf courses at our parks. How will that relationship work exactly?
So really, this agreement will allow, for example, they host a Halloween event at Chickasaw Park every year. And that agreement's in place for Chickasaw Park, but we might want to have an event at the new course at West Mobile, or they may want to help us with maintaining some of those baskets and courses at some of the parks. They like to come in and do cleanup events. And this just allows that nonprofit group, friends group, if you will, to help us with some of the maintenance of their baskets they use, or having a special event that they might want to host.
Okay, so will we be paying them to do this, or how is this?
No, ma'am, this really just allows us to have an agreement for them to come and work, do some work in the
Give them the
county.
right to be able to, I
Yes,
got you.
yes.
Okay, all right, thank you. Sorry, y'all. They're moving so fast, my questions pop into my mind.
Number 17, approve the updated Mobile County Commission new district boundary lines as prepared by the county's GIS department and promoted on www.mobilecountyal.gov, which commenced on December 29, 2021, and through the following print and digital advertising, which commenced on January 2nd, 2022, and running through printed Sunday edition and digital. The updated boundary lines were prepared in accordance with the 2020 decennial census, with the guidelines for redrawing districts, which require boundaries to be contiguous and comply with the Federal Voting Rights Act requirements. The commission district boundary goal is for equal representation at 1/3 of the county population in each district. Between 2010 and 2020, the following took place. Therefore, the county commission district boundary lines have been redrawn to even out the population of each district, which represents 0.04% difference between the district populations. New Mobile County Commission boundaries will take effect immediately and will remain in effect at least through 2030 census. Number 18, approve amendment to subrecipient agreement with Legal Services Alabama, Inc. for provision of the subsistence payments for mortgage, rental, utility obligations to clients at risk of facing homelessness to extend the term of the agreement from December 31st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022. Number 19, approve professional services contract with Design Workshop for an amount not to exceed $220,700 to develop a comprehensive master plan for Mobile County Park System.
Question on that one. Tina, I thought we were in the middle of a contract strategic plan.
So the master plans that we have ongoing at Escatawpa Hollow and Chickasaw Park are really focused on engineering and design, the infrastructure, if you will, the facilities, the buildings, the trails. What this contract will allow us to have is a consulting team to come in and evaluate recreation need, unmet demand, and help us, while we're building out those parks, help us develop the operational structure to provide the staffing and the programming to operate those and take full advantage of those blue ribbon facilities that the commission's building. So commission's investing $35 million plus in building out a park infrastructure. We also, I think, should engage in a planning process to work amongst ourselves to identify what positions we need, what programs will be offered, and that contract will help us do that.
Okay, this is more planning and operations, the other is more infrastructure.
Yes, ma'am.
Construction. Okay,
that's
gotcha.
right.
Thank you.
Sure.
Number 20, approve a contract amendment number 2 to the Mobile County Initiative Contract with Moffett and Nichols, Inc., dated June 23rd, 2021, to add Task 3B Engineering and Design for Chickasaw Campground. 21, approve contract amendment number 1 to the Mobile County Park Initiative Contract with Goodwin, Mills and Kaywood, LLC, dated August 6, 2021, to add Task 2 Isom Clemens, Park Engineering and Design. 22, approve amending 2021 Capital Improvement Plan to create project Isom Clemens Park Design. The budget for this project is $58,000. This amendment creates a new project, Isom Clemens Park Design. This amendment also allocates $58,000 for the budget from the 2021 Capital Improvement Plan, District 1, unnamed projects.
Is Isom Clemens, it's already in existence, it's already a park?
It's not a park. It's a triangle of land right across from the ILA 1410 local. Isom Clemens was a labor leader in the Longshoremen's Union. And so this has just been something that they've been talking about wanting to get done.
Okay.
And so this will do the engineering and design, and then the city is gonna do the construction.
Is it more like a pocket park or a recreational?
Yeah,
park?
it's not, it's, to be more passive, yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you.
23, approve contract with Turfwell Athletic Fields LLC for playing field maintenance at Oddfellows Park. 24, consider taking the following action on bids. 26, approve renewal of MicroStation Select and Open Roads Design Select software subscription with Bentley Systems International Limited, doing business as Caresoft Technology Group, in the amount of $13,942 for the period of February 14, 2022 through February 13, 2023 for the County Commission. 27, approve renewal of the service agreement for 3 lifts with Cone Cranes in the amount of $1,690 for Public Works Department. 28, approve renewal of 3-year Sophis full guard license with AGJ Systems and Network in the amount of $7,807 for the Revenue Commission. And we have 2 add-ons. First add-on, adopt a resolution recognizing the work of the dispatchers of Mobile County to serve the public safety in their role as first responders. Second add-on, approve application for transfer of the 011 Lounge Retail Liquor Alcohol License of Sims Package Store. And that is it.
Mr. Kegley, it may take you all day long with this agenda.
Yeah, I had to get my stress ball out this morning. Okay, Commissioners, good morning to you. We would ask that you consider taking the following action on the 4 below listed items. Item 1, accept the county engineer's written report of the FY 2021 Mobile County Transportation Plan expenditures. Commissioner, I will be out of town next week, so Kim will have a brief summary that I would ask her to be allowed to read into the minutes of the meeting, and part of that summary will be that the entire written report be in the county commission minutes as part of the act, okay? Item 2, approve the Jeremiah Denton Airport security procedures as revised this month. Item 3, approve preliminary and final plat of Wheeler Farms. It's a 4-lot subdivision in District 2. Item 4, authorize acquisition of property and acceptance of the right-of-way deed as listed below. And currently, that is it.
Okay. Anything?
Yes, we have a special guest this morning that I'd like to introduce. We have a student from Faith Academy. Her name is Taylor Salisbury. Taylor, would you stand up? She is a senior there. She is spending a little time with us this morning. We'll be visiting some of the departments. I've enjoyed talking to her. She has plans to attend Auburn University and major in mechanical engineering. So we're real happy to have her here today, and appreciate the opportunity to show off what the county does. Welcome.
Welcome.
Surely you have something,
Did you say something,
Mr.
Mr.
Ross.
Ross?
Jay, do you have something?
Not this time, but thank you.
You're straightening everything out,
I got
right?
my bar license though.
I was gonna ask you if you had,
You saw the certificate.
I did. I don't know if it's real.
I just wonder,
That's for the authenticity. Show you.
I just wonder which bar it is.
It's a group here.
He's blushing.
If nothing else, we stand adjourned until Monday. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.